So some of the water management issues that we see in urban areas are related mainly to erosion and then also to water quality. So the erosion issues that we see in streams like the ones behind me are related to increases in the amount of runoff coming off of the land when we develop the residential and commercial areas that exist here in Columbus and other urban areas across the state. The water quality issues actually in some ways tie into a lot of the agricultural water quality issues that we have in Ohio as well. So we have nutrient management issues in urban areas, particularly as they relate to landscape fertilizer and other sources of nutrients that partially cause impairments to streams and rivers and lakes like Lake Erie. Some of the ecological engineering solutions that we're looking at here in Clintonville and also across the state of Ohio in the Great Lakes region include things like bioretention, which is an engineered rain garden that is utilized to treat and purify stormwater runoff before it's discharged out into streams like Adena Brook behind me. We're also looking at alternative pavement solutions, things like porous pavements that allow the rainwater to soak through the pavement surface as opposed to running off. So the testing we're doing in Waterman at the moment is a collaboration with an entomologist, actually looking at mosquitoes in stormwater controls, particularly the wetlands that are out there on Waterman, and trying to understand how we can reduce mosquito habitat in our stormwater features that we build in our urban landscape because of the fact that mosquitoes vector diseases. We also have a controlled testing facility up in Worcester where we're doing a number of, as I mentioned earlier, construction site sediment and erosion control tests for Ohio Department of Transportation. So trying to mimic some of their road construction sites and understand what best practices we can use to keep the sediment from those construction sites from discharging into streams and causing impairments of those streams. Future impacts and applications of my research, I hope, are far-reaching. A lot of my work is applied research to try to understand how stormwater treatment practices function in the real world. And so I collaborate a lot with communities like Columbus, Cleveland, Cincinnati, etc., to help them to reach their stormwater goals and to come up with not only solutions to water quality problems, but cost-effective solutions that are easily maintainable in the long run and are ecologically sensitive as well. Partnerships and donor funding are really critical for any research program, in my opinion, and that includes mine. Donor funding really helps us to do things like send our students to conferences and to professional development to help to build their experience here at Ohio State. So I'm really appreciative of all the donor funding that I've received over the last few years. We have a couple of partnerships with private companies, including Advanced Drainage Systems and Meyer Corporation, the grocery store, to look at advancing stormwater management and collaboration with private entities. And so those dollars have certainly helped to support my research and to advance the goals of my research program. So I see private collaborations as a critical piece of the infrastructure that is my research program.